Were you doing social at all in college, or was that even a thing really then, or no, not at all?
Not at all. Not at all. Social media started really going for me probably at the end of college. Me and Cassie Athena, famous like photo, she does photography. She's like done. I mean, if you've seen her work, like we did some stuff together, like more so off of just friendship, and we did a show called Through the Lens, where I just kind of came up with the questions, like for the interviews, but no editing, no anything. And yeah, like it's just kind of crazy how that came about, to be honest with you.
No, Through the Lenses just continued to go on. That's crazy.
Yeah. Where did that live? Was that on YouTube?
Yeah, it was on YouTube. It was like D-Lo's first year when he came out. Andre Drummond, just players, just doing a day in the life before like YouTube was really big. That's honestly where the Nick Young meme started too, with the question marks too.
Oh, funny.
Crazy story. I can't even take credit for that. I was up, man, like 3 a.m. because I was overseas at the time. So, we're on a different time zone. And Cassie, man, she just kept like playing around with this area of the video where like, the question marks appear, and it just kept messing up. Like, mind you, Final Cut was not the same program then. Yeah, so it messed up like 8 times. I was like, yo, Cass, like, you want to just try and do something else? She's like, no, I got to do it. And credit to her, man. She got the question marks, and then now it's one of the most viral memes ever.
That's crazy, dude.
And that was a video for Through the Lens?
Yeah, it's one of the videos on Through the Lens.
So what exactly is the concept behind Through the Lens? It's like a day in the life of NBA players?
Yeah, day in the life, raw, uncut, it wasn't really documentary style. So at that time, like, people were kind of like, because raw footage at that moment wasn't like the biggest. So that was like around like what, 2013, 2014 when it started. Like that was my first year playing overseas. Yeah. So
and you two were the ones who came up with the idea for that?
Yeah, Cassie came up with the idea. I just was the more so the support system helped. Then it was like, yo, I can bring my expertise with the questions, like bring some basketball element to it, then give advice here and there, and then that's how it worked. Yeah.
With Through the Lens, how much of being a player helped you with curating like the questions and forming that relationship? I feel like when athletes meet each other, you kind of have that mutual respect of like knowing what each other's been through. Yeah. Of course, everyone's like upbringing is different, but like, how do you feel like that helped you curate those questions and like form those relationships? Because maybe some of these players you had like met before, maybe some you hadn't, but it's kind of like when you show up to set and you're recording, like you want to try to build some rapport with those players, like right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly everything, just knowing how it is to, I always want to be positive, like, especially as a player. Like, you don't want to be negative, like, in terms of, like, asking them different things. So a lot of times I would just go off of my own personal experience. And then just like you guys just did, doing research on somebody. It changes the whole dynamic of the conversation. I feel like that's key. No matter if it's 5 minutes before or whatever is before, like they don't know that. But as long as you do your research before and then you ask questions, that kind of stuff that you're interested in, it kind of just makes it all flow together and makes it So
someone who's really good at that is the guy who does the hot ones.
So good at it.
Oh my god,
his interviews are crazy. Just like he does such deep.
He's
like
the best
research.
at it.
Great at
impressive.
it.
100%.